What happens if there's no social media? Have you ever imagined how our life could be without social media? Undoubtedly, today's society is addicted to social media and heavily reliant on the internet and the technologies that enable it to function. Without it, almost no aspect of our lives would be the same. We can recall a time before the internet, but it was not as prevalent as it is today until the 1990s. Even then, it was much slower and had less power than now. If we tried to imagine the world without social media, we would have to examine every aspect of our lives and how we have changed as individuals and society due to the internet, mainly social media. We must admit that since its inception, social media has become so ubiquitous that almost no one can live without it. If you track how much time you spend on social media each day, you will discover that you spent almost the entire day on it. It became a part of your daily life and work. Sometimes it altered how you did your job. Even though we all spend most of our time on social media, sometimes we need a break from it. What if that break went for too long? Or what if social media never existed? Have you ever thought about that? Let's see what would happen if there was no social media. Economy and jobs. You can't deny the impact of social media on the global economy, whether you like it or dislike it. Social media specialists, writers, photographers, and designers are examples of digital jobs. People from all walks of life can find social media-related jobs online. There may be more unemployment, fewer economic opportunities, and fewer people working in fields they enjoy if it didn't exist. The job market has changed due to social media, and more people are pursuing their passions online, resulting in a more positive work environment. So many talents would go unnoticed without social media and the internet, and these innovative platforms that allow us to unleash our creativity might not exist. With LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, social media have become a space for job recruitment, hiring, and switching jobs easier. Social media has changed marketing by making customer service and interaction more convenient. With the click of a button, brands can now market their products and services to customers worldwide. This immediate global exposure has increased sales and trade, thereby growing the economy. Without the internet and social media, the trade market would implode. Eliminating competition would hurt global trade. Instead of popular online shops monopolizing the market, a lack of social media and online shopping platforms could level the playing field by giving local shops and brands more opportunities in their communities. Relationships and connections. Users of social media can communicate with friends and family. It's easier to keep up with a friend's news and life changes when they change their relationship status on Facebook or post about new jobs, promotions, babies, and other events. We'd have to plan to see our friends if we didn't have social media. Social media has changed the definition of friendship by making us feel so involved in the lives of others that we forget to spend time with them. Facebook may have popularized this redefinition by referring to mutual followers as friends on its platform, leading society to associate friends with an acquaintance, even if these followers are strangers. Friendship without social media may entail spending time with people you trust, sharing personal stories, and laughing and crying together. According to some studies, social media has reduced interaction between nuclear families. This can cause them to mimic each other's cues less closely, affecting their interpersonal relationships. Some believe we'd be closer to our families if we didn't have social media. The constant connection of social media makes it challenging to avoid old school friends and distant relatives online. Social media makes it more difficult to remain anonymous and may force you to reconnect with unwanted people. People's mysteries have vanished since the rise of social media. It's simple to look up a new acquaintance on social media. We could get to know people more naturally without social media and form our own opinions based on our interactions with them, rather than the filtered, opinionated image they present online. We frequently take our ability to filter social media content and control its speed for granted. We'd have to listen to experiences at other people's pace, and be exposed to content or experiences we'd otherwise ignore or filter out if we didn't have the screen and customization. It's not like you can scroll past a post or hide behind anonymous comments. Outside of social media, we get to know people as they are in real life. Facebook, like cell phones, has caused us to stop remembering the birthdays of our friends and family. We'd have to remember our loved ones' birthdays and send them gifts or cards because it would be impossible to write on their walls or make one of those famous Instagram birthday posts without those reminders. Paper invitations, RSVPs, and calendars with handwritten event reminders would become more popular again. Knowledge and awareness. From dinner reservations to shopping to news and weather forecasts, social media makes the world accessible with a single keystroke. 75% of Twitter users receive local, regional, or national news updates. It has also connected the world, allowing people to follow the news, learn about different cultures, and make friends worldwide. We'd all live in smaller social bubbles if social media didn't exist. There is no extensive education, global awareness, uncensored knowledge, or mind shifting. We have supported movements in various countries and exposed injustices that the mainstream media has not covered. Protests in the United States, Lebanon, Chile, Hong Kong, and elsewhere received the attention they deserved before traditional media started covering it, allowing people to rally and communicate more effectively. These protests would not have become global news or part of a global conversation if it hadn't been for them. Social media hurts book reading. According to the Global Web Index 2019 report, digital consumers spend 2 hours and 23 minutes daily on social media. Social media use has reduced time spent reading and learning languages. By eliminating 3 10-minute social media checks per day, you could read 30 more books per year. Social media has increased the popularity of fan fiction, which is excellent for young readers. Traditional books may be read without social media, but the debate continues. What are the benefits if there was no social media? The 3 Ps. Peacefulness. A world devoid of social media would be far more peaceful. Our minds are constantly bombarded with tragic news and events worldwide. We disregard activities that make us happy and help us unwind in favor of scrolling through social media. We might find it easier to disconnect and recharge without social media and the constant need to be online. The accessibility of social media and its ability to provide everyone with a public platform has resulted in more arguments than in real life. Some online debates can be beneficial and enlightening, but many turn into bullying and attacks on the beliefs and opinions of others. Cyberbullying is a dangerous online phenomenon that does not appear to be going away anytime soon, affecting the mental health of social media users, particularly teenagers. Without anonymity, it would be more challenging to make hurtful comments, making a world without social media more appealing. Patience. We have also lost patience due to the constant and rapid flow of information, which the proliferation of social media has exacerbated. Even though we now have access to high-speed internet connections, we become impatient and tense as soon as a video begins to buffer or a page fails to load quickly. We even appear to have lost our natural curiosity because we believe that all knowledge is at our fingertips, just a click away, and that there is no need to learn or memorize it. We would still value difficult to obtain information because it would require significant effort on our part to obtain it if social media did not exist. We now expect the physical world to operate at the same speed as the virtual world, and we forget that humans cannot fast forward or live at twice the average speed. As a result, the concept of education has been altered, as has our perspective of the world around us. Privacy on social media is a hot topic, or lack thereof. Since it's online, it's there forever, and despite social media's security measures, our chances of having our personal information leaked are astronomical. Everyone has a camera crew following them, and millions of people can watch online. We might be less concerned about identity or credit card theft if we didn't have social media. Many young adults are deleting their social media apps to break their addiction. Many people turn that small experiment into a way of life and never look back. You should limit your social media consumption for mental, emotional, and physical health. We don't know what our world will be like without social media, because it's possible that most of the technology that enabled it didn't exist, which changes how we see our lives and our evolution as a society. In conclusion, social media has dramatically affected the world, from how we communicate to so many other changes in our daily lives. Companies and governments of the world have also had to change their strategies, since social media is about as fast and powerful as a tidal wave. If there were no social media, we would have to adapt to an entirely new world that might be very different from what we are used to today.